Greetings, programs. What is going down? We're back. We're at the Temple of Speed, baby. Very excited. It's my favorite track of the season. And we are here today to watch something very, very interesting go down. I first need to make sure that my audio is all good. So let me just check that quickly. Just make sure we all good here. One sec. Looks like we are. I think we're good. All right. Let's do this. Yeah, so we are back live for the ultimate vibes of Monza, ladies and gentlemen. It is an awesome track. Ferrari has won the most wins at Monza. 23 wins, I believe. I could be wrong with that, but 23 wins. Yes. So interesting stuff in the background. We got an interesting start. Especially going down into corner 1 and 2. Max on pole, Norris on the right, Piastri on the left in third. Leclerc, I think, is the one to watch out for in this one because I think third and fourth have a higher advantage to get a little sneaky overtake and down because it is a long drive down to the first corner. So we're going to see if there's a bit of a shake-up down into first corner. But it's going to be a cool race. It's fast. It's 340 plus kilometers an hour average speed, which is absolutely awesome. Just want to make sure my audio is okay. Test. Okay, so the audio's all good. Sorry, I'm getting some echo on my side, so I want to make sure we're all good. So interesting developments on the back end. Hadjar last week, he got third. I don't know how he actually pulled that off, but he managed to pull third off last week. He's not really anywhere this week. He's down in 19th, so I'm not sure if that was a bit of a lucky win, but good for him. Red Bull already asking if he can come and drive because that second seat at Red Bull is still cursed as all hell. But you are here. We are here for the Italian Grand Prix 2025, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Temple of Speed. I cannot wait to see what happens. Hopefully we have an exciting race. Max in front is always a good time with two McLarens chasing him and a Ferrari and a Merc right behind him. So hopefully we have something interesting go down today. The last couple of races, I mean, it's clear to us that McLaren has obviously won the championship. And it is literally the fight between Oscar and Lando for the Drivers' Championship. But you never know what can happen down the line. There's still a battle for third place between Russell and Max, which is pretty sweet. I wouldn't mind to see what happens there. But we're not too far off here. We've got 15 minutes before the race. I'm busy just getting my snacks together. I'm missing something. Yeah, I'm missing something. But yes, welcome. If you are new to the channel, this is the vibe. I cannot stream Formula One live because of licensing issues. So this is the format that I tend to do for anyone who maybe just wants to see some alternative commentary because I like to, I'm unhinged. I talk about all sorts of random crap. So yeah, it's a little bit of an alternative. And also, I don't cream my pants every time a British driver does something on track. You know what I mean? I'm very objective, except when it comes to Lance Stroll. If you've watched any of my previous live streams, you'll know that Lance Stroll sucks and he shouldn't be in Formula One. That's the only bad thing I'll say about any driver on the grid. Okay? Yes, Lance Stroll is the worst. Anyone who wants to argue with me is a shill. A shill. But we are here. It's a beautiful day in Italy. Nice and warm track conditions are 45 degrees. 45 degrees on the track, which is relatively high. I mean, it's a low elevation down in Monza, so it should be fine. But tire strategies, I don't know. Who knows what Ferrari is going to do here? I mean, Hamilton got a 5-place grid penalty, so I don't know what he's going to really do. Maybe he can pull something out. I don't know. There are a few people out of place. I'm not sure Bortoleto is actually going to stick anywhere close to 7th position. But you never know. You never know in Formula 1 what could happen. But like I said, it's a fast track. Guys, we're talking 340 k's an hour minimum speed. We got crazy corners. We got super fast straights. We got lots of overtaking opportunities. It depends on what happens between the top 3. Okay? Generally, I believe in Monza, 3rd and 4th is generally a good place because 1 and 2 are going to be fighting down into corners 1 and 2. And it's a very tight, slow first 2 corners. So 3rd and 4th have a chance to sit back, see what's in front of them, and maybe attack for track position if something happens in the front. Now, it also depends on who starts really well here, because whoever gets off the line first and gets into that left-hand lane, or the right-hand lane, you're a winner, bro. We're not going to talk about Max riding over Lewis's head back in 2020, but, you know, this is how it goes. So, get your snacks ready. We are 12 minutes out from race start. I have cashews today. I got some cashews and I got some milkers, bro. Some milkers. I don't know what you're eating today, but I think you should check it out. Snacks are important. All important, right? Chicken wings, kebabs, all that vibes, bro. Okay. Yeah. You know what? I kind of miss Christian Horner, eh? My wife was saying that the other day. Like, Christian just disappeared. She was here, and then now no one even... It's like he never existed. It's pretty wild if you think about it. But, you know, such is the life of sport, right? Please excuse me if I'm chewing, but I like to snack. But yeah, let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship. Driver Champion. Everyone, let's have a look at what these points standings are at the moment. So that's not going to work. Put it this way. Yeah, this way. So driver standings here. We got Oscar 309. Lando got to pull something out the bag if he wants to actually beat him, yeah. Because that's a when Lando DNF'd, which is actually unheard of in Formula 1. We don't really talk or see much reliability issues nowadays. Generally, that stuff has kind of gone out the window, and cars are mostly reliable. But yeah, Piastri has pulled away to what looks like a definite win, unless something crazy happens and Lando wins the next couple races, which even then is going to be tough for him to beat. Russell and Verstappen are still very close. Everyone else is actually, besides Hamilton, is relatively close. So we could see something interesting happen there. Let's have a look at the team standings. McLaren is 50% above everyone else. Holy crap. Can't believe Red Bull is 4th, man. It's wild. Man, that is a lot of points. And a half season as well. This is pretty crazy. Yeah, jeez. I don't know how they pulled that off, eh? I really don't. Yeah. But look at me fun. Monza's good. Monza's a great track. It's a great track. A very prestigious track as well. I don't know if you've checked out that old bank from... I mean, they show it during the kind of shots of the track and stuff, but they had this old banking ring at Monza that was like a 60-degree incline. Man, that was I wonder if I could find some video. In fact, let me just check the time here. We've got 9 minutes. We've got 9 minutes before the race starts. I'm gonna see this old Monza angled track. 100 years ago, bro. 100 years. Holy crap. Whoa, okay, calm down. Okay, that's very loud, sorry. Very loud. I can't seem to find this. 100 years ago, bro. 100 years ago. 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 1 No, this was the old track. I mean, you've all seen this. You all know it's a super famous banking curve. But geez, I would love to have known what must have been like to kind of drive that curve, because it is it's a pretty wild bank. Eh? Constructed in 1954, extensive development used for the F1 World Championship rounds. Yeah, very interesting. Eh? Yeah, wow. Anyway, that is Monza. Prestigious. I think if you had to go to a Formula One race, money wasn't an issue. Where would you want to go? What city would you want to go and watch Formula One in? Because for me, if okay, no money. If no money wasn't an issue, what track would you want to go? What city would you want to go and visit? What track would you want to see? And what drive would you want to see? I reckon, because you understand, Formula One's coming to South Africa in 2027. It's official. The government has signed off. We are waiting for FIA to sign it off, and we will be getting Formula One in South Africa for 2027. I don't care. I'm sneaking into the paddock. Okay? I'm going to be sneaking my wife and myself into the paddock. I don't care. I'll find a way. But yeah, aside from that, if I could pick any track to go to if money wasn't an issue, it'd probably be Monza. Monza first place. It's a close tie with Monaco, but just because of the spectacle. Because Monaco, I reckon, would be a really shitty race to watch. Because, I mean, you're in a big city. There's so many other things. There's all these rich people, and I'm sure it'll be very cordoned off. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it is, eh? But here we are. The Italy Grand Prix 2025. We are 7 minutes away. Yeah, we're talking about Lando's DNF last week. Was a pretty heartbreaking DNF because he was very close to Oscar, you know? And for him to have a reliability issue must suck as a driver because, it's out of your control. You were so close to tying up with Oscar. So it must be a really shitty feeling to have a DNF and basically have the points stolen from you, which is wild. Because I still wanted to see the battle between Oscar and Lando. So I hope Lando can do something to bring it back to a closer points. But last week was a very interesting race. We had a lot of crashes. We had the Ferraris spinning off, both of them. Yeah, it was pretty wild. We had a lot of safety cars. But Hadjar finishing on the podium was wild. I didn't think we'd see that in his rookie year. So, whether Red Bull wants to steal him or not, I have no idea. But whoever takes that second Red Bull seat, bro, has got to break that curse. They got to break that curse, man, because it's wild. It's wild. But we are getting there, guys. We are 5 minutes away from the start of the Italian Grand Prix. That is what's happening, peeps. Okay, so before we get started here, I want to just make sure. Whoa, I'm not allowed to hear that. You see this licensing issue? I'm probably being demonetized already. Yeah, that's how it goes. Let's copy that. But yes, this is how it goes, eh? So I think what we're going to do is just update the live timing to make sure that everything is up and running. So we got 4 minutes left. Let's just do a bit of a quick update on the times, and we can sort that out. In the meantime, I just want to do something else here. Let's just sort this out. F1 Live Italia 2025. Now we got a live timings here. Okay, so it's a 5.7 kilometer track. We have a top speed of 370 kilometers an hour. That is massively fast. We got 53 laps. And the lap record is 121. Okay, That is a crazy level of speed we are talking about. It is an awesome, awesome track to see the pinnacle of Formula One and the pinnacle of speed. That's where it's at. So I am excited. I get excited at the start of every race, and then every race, it seems to be less cool. Every race, I'm like, it's gonna be the best race ever, and then McLaren's are 12 seconds ahead by the 17th lap, and then I'm falling asleep on the couch. But this is it. This is why we're here. Okay, we can forget about the world. We can forget about AI taking over the world in a few years and us all dying. We're just gonna watch some rich guys race some cars around the track. Okay, but we're almost there. There is a risk of rain. No, 0% chance. So Gasly in 20th, yeah. Hadjar in 19th, surprising. Got Lawson, Colapinto, and Stroll in 16th. Who cares about Lance Stroll? Ocon in 15th, complaining a lot during the race, during the qualifying, actually, that his car was just out of balance. Albon and Sainz in 13th and 14th. Hulkenberg, Behrman, Hamilton in 10th. Does have a 5-grid penalty from last week. Tsunoda in 9th. Alonso in 8th. Bortoleto surprisingly in 7th. I don't know how long he's going to keep that position for, but we will see how he goes. Antonelli in 6th. Russell is in 5th. Leclerc 4th. Piastri is 3rd. Norris is 2nd. And Verstappen being 1st. And again, the lineup would be Verstappen on the left, which is the outside, Norris on the inside at 2nd, Piastri on the outside at 3rd, and Leclerc on the inside at 4th. So that is a very interesting, because if Lando gets up the inside, Max not going to be able to take on the outside. That's not how it works down that corners 1 and 2. Okay. So the starts is going to be crucial here because everyone's going to get crunched down into corners 1 and 2, and whoever capitalizes on whatever happens there is going to take track position. So we're going to have to figure out how that goes, which is going to be interesting. That is always interesting down to turn 1 and 2. Now, McLaren is not as quick on the straights as the Red Bulls or even the Ferraris. We've seen some pace come out of the Ferraris. So we may see, I say this every week, but we may see a different winner. We may see somewhat of an interesting race because Monza is an equalizer, I believe. It's an equalizer in pace. It's an equalizer in, the technicality of drivers being able to, max out cars, even while managing their tires. So we're going to see. I think a lot of the cars are going full downforce as well. Makes sense. We're in the fastest track on the season. But yeah, it's going to be cool. The fans, I'm looking at the stands now. Everyone's just red. I'd love to go there. Anyway, we are about to start the formation lap. It is 3 p.m. We are about to get the Italian GP underway. Here, I think that, is this the formation lap? Yes, this is it. Is this the formation lap? DRS disabled. Are we starting? No, this is formation lap. Correction, this is formation lap. Let's do another update. We've got 1 minute, so I want to just make sure the live timing is all good. While they are during the formation lap, we've got 44 seconds. We've got plenty of time for them to update here. I'm just updating the live timing, make sure we are on point. So just give it 36 seconds while we update. And we will get underway for the Italian Grand Prix. Yeah. Yeah. What's next you got? I'm mixing milk shakers and cashew nuts, bro. Oh my god. Cashew nuts. This is my jam. Okay, they're still under their formation lap. They haven't started yet. We're just doing a bit of an update. Make sure we are live as we speak. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and here we go. Okay. That's not right. It doesn't seem right. Yeah. Yeah, live timing is always a bit weird. It's either a little bit behind or a little bit ahead. Let me just make sure that everything is on point here. So just bear with me while I just I think it's on point though. Yeah, it looks like it's on point. It was a bit tricky in the beginning. It looks like maybe if I just go back like just a second. I think that's about right. Alright, coming around the final bend. Yeah, okay, that seems like it's right. Yeah, that seems like we're live. We're good. We're good, bro. We're about to get underway, ladies and gentlemen. The Italian Grand Prix, 3 o'clock. Guys are lining up. Gasly coming around the back. We're about to get this race underway, ladies and gentlemen. Max Verstappen coming down to the opening start. Let's get it on. Max taking the team. He obviously wants to keep his tires quite warm. He's backing up the whole grid, which is obvious. This is Max. He's cheeky. Righty, but everyone is coming in. Gasly loading into the back. How are we going to do this? Verstappen, Norris, Piastri, Leclerc in first, second, third, and fourth. What is going to happen here? Down into corners 1 and 2. I may swear. I may scream like a little girl. This is what you came here for. Alternative commentary. Okay? Off the chain, unhinged commentary. Everyone is lining up. We're about to get this underway, ladies and gentlemen. The entire Italian Grand Prix. I'm still looking for an opening line for when the lights go out. So if you've got a good one, let me know in the comments. Okay? Because I'm going to try and wing something here. Okay. Safety car is lining up. Safety car is there. About to leave. Behrman coming up to the back. And we're about to get this underway. They're waving the green flags. Okay, and the lights are. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1. And lights out, baby. Let's go. Max gets a good start. Oh no. Oh, Max is on the inside. Oh, he pushes Lando off. Oh my goodness. Max is going on the outside. He gets pushed off by Lando. Oh my goodness, a lot of people taking off the back there. Oh my goodness. Okay. Is the timing on? What is happening? Why is it lagging? Goodness me, I missed. Anyway, it's fine. It's there. Okay. We go. Okay, so Max Verstappen and Lando Norris. Oh my goodness me. That was a very tumultuous 1 and 2 corners, but the only position change was Leclerc and Piastri. Russell is still in 5th. Verstappen still maintains the lead, but Lando is right behind him. Right behind him. And so is Leclerc. He is hounding the back of Norris. I don't know if he's going to have a sniff. Piastri on the outside of Leclerc. He manages to take him. Wow. Absolutely mental by Oscar Piastri. That must have been millimeters away from Leclerc's back tire. My goodness me. That was so freaking close. Holy crap. Wow. Just absolutely insane. Why is this track not working? It's really making me angry. It's not tracking live and it's really pissing me off. I'm sorry, guys. I can't control this. I don't know why it's doing this, guys. Are they telling Max to give the position back to Lando? Lando going on the outside down the main straight. Easy overtake by Lando. No, Max going back for another look. He's going on the outside. Oh, Piastri on the inside. Max on the... oh, my goodness me. Leclerc looking for Piastri. He does take him on the outside. Oh, they fighting it down the straights. Oh, my goodness. Leclerc is somehow hanging on to 3rd place. Unreal. Holy... is he having a look? Ooh. He was nearly having a look at Max Verstappen there. That is wild. Holy heck. What a tumultuous couple of turns there. Jeez. Russell also very close to the back of Piastri. Surprisingly, the cars are very, very close. This is insane. Wow. What a mix-up. What a change. We now have a DRS chain formed from Verstappen down to Bortoleto with Lando, who I think is going to push away unless Verstappen can stick with him, because they're still asking for Max to give the place back, which I think he did. But yeah, Piastri is complaining that Leclerc is all over the place. I don't think Leclerc is going to be able to hold on to that place because Piastri is all over him. It is insane. I really don't know why this. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why this is lagging. It shouldn't be paused here. It's really, really frustrating. I do apologize. Oh, Max! Oh my God, Max Stoke very close. Oh, help! Oh my goodness! Leclerc is gonna take out Piastri. He wants this really badly. I can feel it. I feel it in my fingers. Leclerc is taking no prisoners. Let me tell you that. Norris still in first, trying to build the lead from Verstappen, but Verstappen is keeping up to him. I think Piastri has fallen behind because Leclerc is causing so many problems. It's wild. I'm going to keep commentating here, guys, but I need to refresh the live timing because for some reason it is lagging behind. So please forgive me while I refresh that, but I will keep commentating for you and let you know. I'm not sure why it is lagging behind. I do apologize, guys. It's just the way the internet goes. But yeah, lap 3, Lando Norris, with Verstappen close behind, still sticking behind him. He hasn't broken that DRS. Leclerc is definitely slower than Piastri. So I'm not sure what Piastri's move is here because he's going to be losing a lot of time to Verstappen and Norris. So he needs to pass him as quickly as possible, which I'm assuming is going to happen right now. Is Max going on the outside down the main straight? Is he going to take him? Don't crash, man. Oh my God, he hit. They made contact. Max and Lando have made contact into turn 1 and 2. Oh my goodness. What is happening? They're gonna give him a penalty for that. I don't know if there was contact or if it was a lockup by Lando, but we're gonna find out now in the replay. I'm not quite sure what happened there. But we're gonna see. Max is taking the lead. I'm not quite sure what Max gonna get a penalty there. Show us a replay so I can see it. Did Max cause a penalty? Tsunoda and Hamilton, who cares? Now, where is Hamilton? Hamilton's down in 8th at the moment. Russell's still in 6th. Tsunoda, Behrman, Sainz, Hulkenberg retired. Okay, so we got Hulkenberg out there. So Verstappen has managed to take Norris and has actually already built up quite a lead. I wonder if he'll be able to make that DRS because Piastri needs to make a move on Leclerc if he wants to get even anywhere close to Lando and Norris, because right now he's 3.2 seconds behind Leclerc. So he best do something quick or he's going to be in some serious trouble. Oh man, this thing is completely poked. This multi-viewer is just not working. I don't understand. Maybe I'm troubleshooting during the game here. Verstappen and Norris. So Verstappen has now broken DRS from Norris. This is wild. Piastri is still very close to Leclerc. He needs to take him immediately. So the race start. Max got a very bad start. Tried to go on the out. He tried to steal the position from Lando. Literally forced him off track. Leclerc tried to go on the outside. Lando saw an inside, forced Max off. Well, technically it wasn't a force off. Max just kind of didn't have the space. So, very interesting. Please excuse me, guys. I'm trying to fix this track issue at the moment. It's not, for some reason, giving me the delays there. Let's try something a little different here. So I'm trying to fix the MS on I don't know why the track is just not working. I do apologize, guys. The multi-viewer seems to be lagging quite a bit today, but I will try and commentate as best as I can while this loads up. But it seems to be struggling at the moment. Again, Max has broken away from Norris. Piastri has finally taken Leclerc and is probably going to move his ass up the field as quickly as he can to Lando. Leclerc is definitely not that racy at the moment because Russell is catching him very, very quickly. So we're going to find out if he can actually keep up that pace because Russell is very close to him. So we will see how that ends up. It looks like this the track tracker is actually working. I might be a bit behind on the feed. I do apologize, guys. Unfortunately, this kind of stuff happens. I can't really control it. But it looks like we're back. It looks like the tracker is good. Yeah. Okay. I just don't know where we are here. Show me Max so I can see where we are. Is he coming over the line? He is. Okay, we're back. We're back. Okay, it's live. Great. The track was race control. Wait, who is this? Ocon and Stroll. Well, who cares? Stroll causes an incident every single track because he sucks. Lance Stroll's the worst. Okay. Verstappen, Norris, Piastri, Leclerc, Russell, Bortoletto, Hamilton, Alonso, Tsunoda. Man, this is really pissing me off, man. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on here. Multi-viewer is giving me some serious issues at the moment. I do apologize. I'm going to try and commentate as best as I can, but unfortunately, this tracker is lagging immensely, and I do not know why. I'm trying to fix it as best I can. Please forgive me. But yes, Max is pulled away from Lando. This is very surprising. I said this before the race started, that the McLarens had very much slower straight line speed than a lot of their rivals. And this is kind of proving the point because Max is pulling away from Norris. Whether Norris is waiting and charging to see if he can maybe push a bit later on, we will find out. Now, it also depends on pit stops because pit stops are vitally important in Monza. Overcuts and undercuts can be, because it's such a fast track, overcuts and undercuts can have a massive influence on how the race turns out. So depending on what Norris and McLaren's pit wall strategy is, could really dictate as to how Max does this. But Max is going to do everything he can to get as far ahead as possible so that he can get some kind of pit gap and maybe, secure a race win here. But we're going to have to find out how that goes. Leclerc's pace is falling off, and I'm very surprised that Bortoletto is still in 7th. It's very, very, very strange. You're still not tracking live. My God, what is happening? Why do I pay for this service? Why do I pay for the service if it's not working? For goodness sake. Anyway, that's how it is, eh? Let's have a look at what some of the drivers are saying here. Max Verstappen. Lawson's on soft. He might start to have some dig. Let's listen to what some peeps are saying. Hit the brakes. Oscar. They're complaining Max needs to get the place back. Yes, bro, you guys are 250 points above everyone. You're still complaining Max was going to play. Okay, he had to give the place back though, let's be fair. That's just the way it is. I mean, come on, Georgie, what you got, my bro? Push it, boyki, push it. You're right behind Leclerc. Come on, make a plan. One second, you can get in there. You can get in there. Piastri has pulled away from Leclerc, like in the last 2 laps, he's 2.5 seconds ahead of him. Wild. So the chase begins. Now, the crazy thing is that Max is 2.7 seconds ahead of Lando. So what is Lando currently? What's McLaren's plan? Are they thinking of an early pit? I mean, this is a one-stop strategy, right? So how exactly is McLaren going to fight this? Because Lando needs to win as many as possible. And Oscar sure as hell isn't going to give up any race wins. So they better figure out some kind of pit stop strategy that could really affect the the kind of outcome of the race, especially when you've got a slower Leclerc in between Piastri and Russell. I think that could play an advantage in their actual strategy roles. But Max is driving superbly well. I actually cannot believe how far ahead he is at this point. He's driving like an absolute machine. Again, guys, if you have just tuned in, I'm really sorry, but the tracker has got serious lag today. It's normally not like this, but unfortunately, it's just got some lag. I'm not sure why. But I will commentate as best as possible while this thing catches up. Okay, so please forgive me, but sometimes there's some lag here. But you can see all the telemetry data on the left here, with all your track times, what tires they're on, average speeds, all of that jazz, and you can see all of the FIA messages down in the middle. Okay, and then obviously our track here. But again, the track has been a bit laggy. But it looks like everyone is kind of settled into. Let's just have a look at what happened here with Stroll, because Stroll obviously drives like a moron 90% of the time. Bro, you can't go on the inside. There's no space. Yes, he's an idiot. My God. Bro, where are you gonna turn? What space did you have there? Anyway, yeah. So everyone's kind of settled into their race here. Verstappen trying to get a very hefty lead there. Did Hamilton just pit? No. Hamilton is up to 6, so he is definitely finally gotten past Bortoleto, which is probably a good move. Needed to get done sooner in the race rather than later, because when the pit stops come into effect, and depending on the intervals between the drivers, we're really going to see some scrambling going on here. But Russell is now in DRS range of Leclerc, and he is chomping at the bits to get past the exhaust of Charles Leclerc. But the intervals in the top 3 seem to have settled a bit. And I don't think we're going to see much more interesting information or anything fun until we see the first pit stop, right? That's where everything is going to come down. That's where all the cowboys are going to come out. It's where we're going to shoot first and aim later, because that's how the first pit stops at Monza always go. Always go. Okay. These are the things you never see on other commentators drinking stuff and eating stuff. Yeah. Okay. So Max still very far ahead. I'm not quite sure how the degradation is looking on the Ferraris, but Leclerc is definitely struggling. I'm not sure whether he's driving or pushing the car far too hard, because Ferrari has a really terrible time with degradation. Their tire management, I don't really think it's Leclerc. I think it's more the team and the strategy. Also, how they tune their car, especially for Monza, because again, this is, it's a very harsh track. It's a very fast track. It's a very hot track. 44, 45 plus degrees on track. The conditions can, and especially when the cars start having less fuel, tires start coming into themselves, then, we're going to see something interesting happen here. But the top 3, Verstappen, Norris, and Piastri, have definitely evened out. They are settled in to their race until the first pit stop. The real battle is going to be between Leclerc, Russell, Hamilton, and Bortoleto. Well, not really Bortoleto, let's be fair. But I don't think really Bortoleto is going to play much of a role in this race. But let's have a look at what some of the drivers are saying. If you are listening, I would love to know if you can hear these race messages from the drivers. Would be really helpful for me. So that was Oscar. Let's hear from Max again. There's not much chatting. Okay, here we go. I know turn 8 was better. A little more minimum here. Okay, let's try stay out. The back of Hadjar. Target +5, plan A. Let's be careful. Exit of turn 5. Okay, so no one talking about bad degradation. I suppose they wouldn't really talk about that on tracks, but as you can see here, this is a live chat of what the drivers are talking about. So yeah, this is nothing crazy at the moment. Everyone is settled in. Whoa, what was that? What was that from Oscar? Shinoda ahead is getting close to DRS. Oscar Piastri turn 7, earlier braking. I don't care about Lance Stroll. Next car, 5's in front of us. Okay. So people are starting to talk strategy here, as you can see from the transcripts of the live chat from the drivers. So they're starting to talk about strategies. Slow 14 will help us recharge and pump a little bit. Yeah, okay. So we're going to see some... I mean, the expected strat is going to be what? Turn... lap 23? 24? Maybe 25? For a pit stop. Max probably push as hard as he can to get even further. I mean, Max is 4 seconds ahead of Lando right here, which is wild. But I think Lando and Piastri are playing a safe game here. I think Piastri maybe just keeping his pace as is to get a bit of space between Norris. Norris can get a bit of space between Verstappen, and they can secure a really hefty pit stop if they really need it and come in, make a change here. But all eyes are on Russell at the moment. He really needs to make this move on Leclerc. He is very close. He is in DRS range. Leclerc had a little lock up there, was it? No. It was just a smear on Russell's windscreen. Vaja. But Russell needs to get this move on Leclerc done. Because his pace is actually, if we look at the times here, 123.3 by Norris, 123.8 by Piastri. He's 0.8, behind the leaders, but he's definitely quicker than Leclerc by 200ths of a second, as you can see here. So he definitely has the ability to push ahead. He just needs to make the move here. There's a lot of straights that he can just kind of push, but we'll see, huh? Oh! George, you got to make a move now, bro. You got some plenty spaces here to make a move. You just need to push as hard as you can. Looking at George, Charles just seems to have really little wobble on the back there coming out of the corner. George just, I don't know. Leclerc seems to have some really good exits. He has a good grasp on throttle control. He has a very good driving style, and I think his exits and his acceleration and foot on the throttle is just a little bit better than Russell's, even though his pace is lacking. His enter and apex speeds and where he hits them is just really good. He's a very technical driver, Charles Leclerc, and I think probably one of the most underrated drivers on the grid. I already enjoy watching him race. I think he has some magic in him, and I'm waiting to see, when he gets a car, because unfortunately Formula One is all about the cars, and until he gets a car that can show him his true pace, I don't know if we're going to see the true Charles Leclerc. I think we all want to, but it's just not happening, and he's pushing everything he can out of that Ferrari, but I think he can feel the limits of the car. I think he can feel the limits of the team, and that's kind of holding him back a bit. And he is pulling off wonders with the car. You know, he really is a great technical driver. And to watch him race in some races, especially in Monaco, he's a supremely talented driver. He really, really is. And this is also proof of it. Yeah, his pace isn't as good as George, but his driving style, his execution in corners, his execution for hitting the correct racing lines, breaking points, it's really on point, and that's why he's doing better than Russell at the moment. So we'll see. And listen, I'm a George Russell fan, okay? And George Russell is right behind Charles Leclerc, and this is what I'm saying about Charles. George is my boy, okay? I've loved that guy since he's been in Williams. Though he's become a bit of a Mercedes shill, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I do still love George. I don't think Mercedes is going to keep him for much longer, but as this is Formula One, right? No one gives a shit. I mean, Perez and Bottas are coming back next year. We got Mullet Man coming back to Formula One, baby. Woo woo! So nothing much has happened here, guys. Everyone has settled into their races, which is why I'm talking crap about the other drivers. The top three, Verstappen, Norris, Piastri, are literally settling in. There's only an ebb and flow of about 0.3 of a second between the top three. Leclerc and Russell, they're still battling it out, but Leclerc is holding Russell at bay. I think he's broken DRS. Hamilton has obviously taken Bortoleto up into 6th place, but he may be catching Russell. I think this is where it all comes down to it, though, because we're about to enter some pit stop windows. Well, I don't think anyone's going to pit at lap 18. I reckon it's more 22. I said 25. I think Max will push it to like 25, past 25, but I think a lot of people will probably pit as late as possible to try and hit that one stop. But we'll see. You know, Ferrari's strategy isn't exactly the best. Tsunoda seems to be holding up a lot of the pack here. Antonelli on the inside of the Parabolica. Very nice by Antonelli. Super take by the young rookie. Absolutely lovely down the main straight on the out. You don't see that very often. Very brave. The guy's got some balls. He's got some cojones. Huh? Yeah, very impressed by Antonelli. Very, very impressed. He's been a stellar rookie. Can't be easy to jump into Formula One as like a 19, 18-year-old and perform, right? Because you are driving the best of the best and you can't screw around, right? That's just how it goes. Carlos Sainz has a little bit of a hiccup. Manages to recover, but slides off the slip. Comes back on track. Seems to have recovered from that. Was nearly a big oopsie. But yeah, Lando, Piastri, and Verstappen are lone rangers right now. They are riding their own race. Lando nearly caught the gravel in the face. Okay, in the thighs. Max now. Who's pitting? Ocon is pitting. Someone's pitting. Hedgerow is pitting. He's going for an undercut. No, Behrman is pitting. Excuse me. Behrman is going for the first pit, and he is probably going on hards, right? Let's have a look. Behrman is on hards. All right, so that's the first pit of the race. Let us see what happens there. Will that cause a knock-on effect? Because I mean, Behrman's lost, so I don't know if that's going to play a role, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out if that actually causes some kind of effect in the back. Man, this lag on this tracker is driving me crazy. What do I find about making races shorter? Because the younger generation thinks longer races are boring. I think that's a load of shit. I think FIA needs to make the races more entertaining. Can't have cars winning a race by 24 fucking seconds. Next year is going to be the best. The best, I guarantee. Next year is going to be the best era in Formula One, possibly ever, since the V10 era, because they're introducing a new system. Okay, it's called the MOM system, MOM, which is a direct kilowatt injection into the power units for the chasing car. So instead of DRS, the person chasing the leader, if they're 1.5 seconds behind them or 1 second behind them, they get a direct kilowatt injection. It's no longer just aerodynamic. It's not an aerodynamic boost. It's a direct power boost, which is absolutely insane. I hope no one abuses it, but that is going to make a complete difference in how people overtake, chase. You know, it's going to be interesting. So I think next year, it's a new car. It's a new power unit system. It's a new car. There's new teams. There's 22 cars on the grid. I don't think shortening the races are the best idea. I think making the races more entertaining should be. And again, I'll reiterate, the new DRS system is going to change Formula One forever. Oh, jeez! Oh my God, was that Lance Stroll? I bet you it was Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll nearly crashed into Bortoleto coming into the pit lane. No, it was Alonso. It was Alonso. Okay, calm down. I'm sorry, Alonso. I can't handle this lag. It's killing me. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what is happening here. Maybe it's because I'm watching the race. I don't understand. It's driving me nuts, man. I'm so sorry, guys. This happens when we stream stuff. I do apologize. But Max has settled into a 6-point lead on lap 22. Oscar and Lando's gap has stayed relatively the same. Russell has fallen back way behind Leclerc. Well, not way behind, but 2 seconds behind Leclerc. The Williams are somehow in 8th and 9th. I don't know how that happened, but we are currently watching the Williams in 8th and 9th. Ocon in 10th. Tsunoda. Did Tsunoda pit? Am I just... Please... I'm only looking at the top 3. No, he has not pitted. Who did he pit? Gee, this is what happens when it lags, man. God, I need to fix that. Anyway. Yeah, so Tsunoda did pit, so he should come out. I don't know how long the people on mediums are going to push for, but I'm assuming as far as they can. Also, it doesn't really matter how far you push, because the people who have pitted will come up behind you very, very quickly on a changed tire. So you best make a good decisions. Make good decisions. That's what we tell our cats, bro. Make good decisions, eh? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to fix this latency. Okay, where are we? Yeah, Sonoda seems to be better. I don't know. Like it comes in waves. Again, I do apologize if you are watching. The lag on the track is frustrating to say the least. If my wife is listening to this, could you bring me my vape? That would be awesome. But again, it looks like things have stopped lagging, and as I say that, we have got lag again. Yay! Verstappen, 6.4 seconds ahead. Piastri, 6 seconds behind. Norris, Leclerc, 6 seconds behind. Piastri, 666. Maybe it's the mark of the beast. Yeah, everyone has settled into their races. I think the top six are all still on mediums, have yet to pit. Everyone else is on hards. And 25, what did I say? 25 was the track, was the absolute limit that you could push a medium tire to at Monza. So I think we're gonna see Verstappen or the top six, excuse me, coming into pits. Who's this? Bet you it's Lance Stroll. Fernando Alonso. No, Alonso, no! Don't let me down. Lance Stroll is the one. He's the worst. I do not like him. um. Yeah. Again, this is a very eased up race. I think there's currently a lot of tension. I can feel the tension because everyone is. It's like kind of a Mexican standoff in the top four at the moment, where everyone's settled into like a medium sized interval, just enough to be ahead, but not enough to have a free pit stop. So everyone's in kind of this Mexican standoff. Yeah. So we'll have to see how that develops. Um, looks like Alonso hit the curb and bust his suspension. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, looks like Fernando Alonso is probably going to be out this race. Came around the corner a little too violently. Maybe overjudged it ever so slightly, smacked the corner, and obviously broke his suspension, front right suspension. It's unlucky for Fernando. I don't think they're going to be able to fix that. His car looks like he was suddenly lopsided, so it looks like Alonso is going to be out. Tsunoda isn't really making up too many places, down in 18th position. Ocon, what has happened to Ocon? Ocon has something that's being investigated. He was forcing another car off the track. Okay, so Ocon's being investigated at 10. Whether that's going to be a penalty or not, we'll find out. And if it is a 5-second penalty, that puts him literally in like 16th place. But the Williams are holding strong in 8th and 9th, which I really like. I love Carlos Sainz and like Alex Albon. And I'm really impressed with the Williams. You know, it's such a legacy team. They've had some of the greatest wins in Formula One history. And to see them, you know, since the George Russell days, coming up in the fields and really having two drivers that are really passionate about the team and about the car. Williams have done a really incredible job to, you know, be sitting up in eighth and ninth and being kind of top of the mid pack at the moment, which is really, really interesting. I root for them because they are the underdogs of Formula One. So yeah, none of the top six have pitted yet. I did say the pit was 25. But they saying the pit window is 22 to 28. So we'll have to see there. But I'm gonna just see if hmm. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to screw around with multi-viewer. I don't know why it's lagging so much. Um, okay, so George Russell is coming to the pits. He's the first of the top 6 to come in. Going on hards, obviously. We will see what this does because he, I think, has a potential there to undercut either Charles or Hamilton to sneak in a 4th position. So it depends on what Ferrari does. Yeah, they're going to be smart about this, and most of the time they're not. So we're going to see. George Russell has come into pit on lap 28 onto a set of hards. He has come out ahead of Colapinto and Gasly and behind Hadjar in 12th place. Now, Hamilton, Leclerc, Piastri, Norris, and Verstappen have not pitted, and they are still on their hards. I think they are pushing those hards to the absolute limit at the moment because it is lap 28, and they are going to start feeling the effects of really old medium tires on a very hot, speedy Monza track. So we're going to figure out what they're going to do strategy-wise to overcome that. And Tsunoda... Oh, Lawson taps the back of Tsunoda. Oh, nearly. That was nearly a crash. Lawson nearly just took Tsunoda out. You can't, that's the thing. You can't drive next to someone and then put your inside tire inside the chassis of the other car because you know the tires are going to touch. No, bro. He does that so often. I see him do it all the time. It's really like a rookie move to do. Because obviously the tires are, Okay, Antonelli is coming in for a pit. That is interesting. Antonelli is coming in for a pit. So George is back up in 11th. Max Verstappen putting in... I don't know how this guy does it. This guy just put in the fastest time on 29-year-old... or 29 lap old medium tires. How is he doing this? It's unreal. This guy's a freaking machine. Absolutely wow. Kimi Antonelli pits on hards, comes out 14th behind Gasly and Colapinto. Russell did do a nice move, not a nice move, but Russell has stayed in 11th. I don't know. I think the Ferraris. I mean, listen, guys. This is Ferrari's home, okay? And if you think football fans are crazy, the Tifosi are another breed of fans, okay? They bleed Ferrari. It's like a religion, and I'm not even joking. It's like a true religion in Italy. Ferrari, it's like you love your mother, you love your church, you love your country, and you love Ferrari. Like that's what it's like in Italy. So to win in Monza is a big deal for the fans. It's probably bigger than a championship in their eyes. And they've done it the most. Ferrari has done it the most at Monza. 23 times they've done it. The most of any Formula One team in history. So it's a big thing to win, for Ferrari to win at Monza. So the pressure for the Ferraris is huge. And my point being, after all of that, was that the Ferraris being in 4th and 5th, with an interval that's okay-ish to make something happen, they're going to push it as hard as they can. Because they know their fans want to win. They know their fans are here in force at Monza. And they will do everything in their power to get some kind of podium or win. Or just a good race for Ferrari. Which I don't blame them. But we're going to see how this plays out. Verstappen, Norris, and Piastri still not pitting. They have to pit at some point. Okay? They have to change compounds at least once during the race. And I think all of them are shit scared who's going to make the first move. That's what it feels like right now. Verstappen, Norris, and Piastri. It's all a game of chicken. Right? Because whoever pits first, we're going to see. Whoever pits first has the opportunity or the unlucky time of either losing track position or gaining track position and winning the race, because this pit stop will win the race. So we're going to figure this out. Well, they're going to figure this out, and they best figure it out soon, because the track time is counting down very quickly. Very quickly. It looks like my multi-viewer seems to be back to normal. My God. Absolutely insanely annoying. But Max has held that lead for a long. I don't know when. They are all playing chicken. I don't know. I don't know how much longer they can keep on those tires. They must be having a bad time at the front there. It's the same for the Ferraris. At some point, they have to pit. They have 32 laps on medium tires. This is wild. I think we're going to start seeing some movement from behind. But then again, there isn't anyone that's really open to challenge them. But the management, the tire management from Max Verstappen and the McLarens is really off the charts. You got to commend them to, be able to manage your tires on a hot, you know, fast, hard deck track. It's pretty wild. Look, the track conditions have eased up. We got rubber on the track. There's less fuel in the cars, so the cars are lighter. So naturally the car's deck gets less and less as it goes on and on. But still, 32 laps on the same tire, you're gonna have problems at some point. And all it takes is one little corner, flat spot on the tire, a little bit of over or understeer on one corner, give you a little skid here, and then you got to pit. And maybe you lose some time during those 31 laps on these medium tires. This is wild. The top 9 have not pitted. The top 9 have not pitted. That is wild. At lap 32, you don't really see this that often. I mean, it's like trying to drive your own normal car with zero tread in it in the rain. No, I don't know if that's a good analogy. Look, it's bad. Okay, anything can happen on really, really old slick tires. You can get punctures. You tap the curb ever so slightly wrong in the wrong position. Boom, your race is done. You have a bit of over understeer. You have a little you got a brake spot on your or a flat spot on your tire. Race is over. You got to pit. Yeah, you got to be careful here. Anything can happen in these kind of conditions. So these girls in the pits, I love it. Whenever they pan to their girlfriends in the pit lanes, they always look so bored. And then I think sometimes when the camera zooms on them, they pretend like they super intense, but they look bored as fuck. Oh no. I am gonna refresh this because it's driving me fucking crazy. No, what is this thing supposed to be? 49,000. 49,000. Is that it? Okay, so we got Leclerc coming in for a pit. Finally, lap 34, Leclerc is pitting onto a set of hards. Hamilton takes 4th place. What are we going to see here? Is he going to come out behind Verstappen? Is that Verstappen going past him? No, I can't see. I'm just doing a quick refresh here, guys. While I will carry on commentating, but I'm just doing a quick refresh of the live timings. I think I figured out the lag delay. But Leclerc has pitted. He has come out behind Albon, and he is currently in 6th place. So I don't think that's the greatest pits. But the Williams are in a really good position right now. Whether or not they can really capitalize, if you've just tuned in, I'm just refreshing the live because there's a bit of lag on the track, so please forgive me while I do that. But again, Leclerc has just pitted. Verstappen, Norris, and Piastri are still on the medium tires. 35 lap old medium tires. This is wild. Hamilton 18 seconds behind Piastri. I don't know where that gap came from because he was a couple seconds behind Leclerc and he is now 15 seconds behind Piastri. So the top 3 are miles ahead. I think again they are playing a Mexican standoff. They're like, okay, you pit. No, you pit. No, I'll pit. Okay, I'm gonna pit. No, just kidding. So we're gonna figure that out and see how that happens. Okay. It looks like we're back live. Come on, please, just work. All right, I will be back in 2 seconds, guys. Oh, yes, that's what I'm looking for. Thanks. Yay. My wife read my mind. My wife read my mind. Okay, no, who's that? Who's that? That was Antonelli. Antonelli hitting a little overtake there. Little overtake there. Okay. Charles Leclerc coming into the pits. I think he. Yo, my God, Leclerc. He came into the pit like a bat out of hell, bro. Tire smoke everywhere. Oh, you can see when a driver is pushing it to the limits when he comes into the pit stop at like 250 k's an hour and then has to brake in the space of like 50 meters. Oh, I love it. It's awesome. Right. So where are we sitting here? All right. So Leclerc pits. I'm not sure why he pitted because he didn't really make up much of a track position. So, that's very curious. George coming down the main straight on Ocon. This should be an easy overtake for George on the inside. Nice down to turn 2. Easy overtake for George. Well done. Takes Ocon into 7th place. There are only a couple laps left, and these guys, Norris is saying, "What are your thoughts on the soft tire?" They're looking to go to soft tires. I guess opposite of the car ahead. Wow, it looks like they might be pitting Norris onto softs. So we're going to see here what's going to happen. Because if Norris pits first, they're obviously going to pit Verstappen. But the gap will give the Red Bull team and the strategy enough time to make a decision on whether to pit Max or not. They have to pit. They have to change their tires. Okay, they can't finish the race on one compound. It's against the rules. So they have to actually change tires. Whether that's when or where that's going to happen, I don't know, which is going to be interesting. I haven't actually seen teams go this far on medium tires before. 37 laps is pretty crazy to push these tires. I'm surprised they haven't fallen off. But again, anything can go wrong in this kind of window or where you have very old tires. You know, the tread is off the tire, and you have an opportunity for punctures. You have an opportunity for flat spots, and things can go wrong very quickly and can be kind of catastrophic if you push the tires too far. So this is going to be interesting. I want to know when these guys... I'm not... Let's just have a look down at the bottom to see what the drivers are saying. Oscar saying, okay, Verstappen is pitted for hard tires. We keep going for safe cars. So Verstappen is coming in for the hard tires. Okay, here we go. Verstappen has pitted. Going on to the hards. Where is he going to come out? Norris takes first. Piastri passes Verstappen. Does he... Excuse me, did I say? Yes, he's on hards. Okay, so he comes out in third. Norris takes the lead. They still have to pit. So I think this could be a good move from Red Bull. Because they took their shot. It looks like the McLarens have a pit window here. 13 seconds. If Max puts in the pace that he's been putting in, unless they pit Norris this track, Leclerc 2.3. So while we keep good pace, we can keep extending. Lando, consider strat 6 and use overtake. Captain tires refused out. So Max is going to put pedal to the metal here. If he, I'm just scanning what the drivers are saying to see when they're going to pit Lando and Norris, because they have to pit them. They have to pit them. So it's all down to this. We're trying to get you closer. Let's see if we can get me close. That's Lando. Oscar saying his tires are completely dead, which means I reckon if Verstappen, there's enough time. We got 13 laps left. There's enough time here for Verstappen to put in some pace. He is lapping very quickly there. Let's just have a look at the times here. Yeah, it's lagging a bit. So Hamilton is fitted onto the hards. They finally, I think they're going to pit Norris. I think they're going to pit Norris right now. I figured out the multi-stream, guys. I have to watch it 20 seconds behind in order for it to be no lag, because it watches it live off F1. So I have to watch it 20 seconds behind. Okay, well, that's probably why I lost a couple viewers there. My apologies, peeps. You live and you learn, but now I've learned. That's the way it is. So let us see. Antonelli does a good move there. Nice and solid. Nice solid overtake on Gasly. It's a very good looking move by. So we have 13 laps left. Verstappen is on hards. He is making 1 second every 2 laps. 13 laps to go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. He has some serious pace right now. Again, I think Lando is going to be pitted very soon, because if they don't, they're going to get disqualified. They have to pit. Which means Verstappen might just take this race. I think that was a very smart move by Red Bull. McLaren is just, I don't understand. They're 250 points ahead of everyone. Why risk it? Yeah, I don't get it. They're obviously playing the Norris Piastri game here at the moment. Because why else would they have done 40 laps on medium tires? This is wild. I've never seen this before. I haven't been watching Formula One very long. I've only been watching Formula One for about 5 years, 6 years. And I have never seen anyone go 40 laps on medium tires. This is wild. I mean, Verstappen is going to catch them. I reckon Verstappen will catch them in 3 laps on 3 laps to go. Oh, we got a crash. We got a safety car. Yellow flag. Oh, my goodness. Did they recover? They have recovered. Oh, no. Ollie Behrman and was it Lawson that crashed? No safety car. We're good. We're still a green track. It's a green track. That would have been very interesting. Oh, my God. The McLarens were hoping. I could see the pit wall going, oh, it's pit now. Okay, wow. There was a bit of a hiccup there, but the track is clear. There's no safety car. That would have been very interesting if that had gone down. But a little hiccup there. I didn't quite see who the collision was between, but that might have caused some major problems. uh, in the race. I still cannot believe these guys haven't pitted. Verstappen is catching very, very quickly. He is doing some ridiculous speed, ridiculous times here at the moment. Still don't understand why this. Yeah, it was Alex Albon. No. Yo, that was a oh my goodness me! Oh, the both spun out. My God, that could have been way worse. Normally on that corner, when you take on the outside, lucky that was just a back hit. If that car had spun any differently, that would have been a safety car, and we would have had a race on our hands. I'm just saying. So it was Ollie Behrman and Carlos Sainz that came together on corners 5 and 6. It could have been a lot worse than that. They did well to recover the cars, but there's no safety car there. That could have really ended badly, and McLaren could have gotten a free pit stop. So I don't quite see how that is going to affect it. But Max is flying, ladies and gentlemen. He is flying at the moment. He will catch them on lap, I reckon, 49 or 50. We are currently on lap 42. But he is flying, okay? Norris and Piastri, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Why is this not updated? This is not what's happening here. This is not correct. Maybe we need to give this a bit of a... Okay, guys, I'm going to just refresh here to do the live timings. And... I'm just going to keep commentating because that timing is incorrect. So just give us 40 seconds while it refreshes. I'm going to keep commentating for you while we refresh that. We're having a bit of lag issues today. That happens. Please forgive me. But yes, Lando and Piastri still have not pitted. Verstappen is catching at 1.5 seconds a lap. There are 10 laps to go. All right? The McLarens have to pit. They have to pit. They still have not pitted. They cannot wait any longer. That is the rules, right? You have to change compounds during the race. Am I incorrect? They have not pitted in 43 laps. That means they will get disqualified, right? I need to just check these rules because I know you have to change compounds during the race. Like they just playing fast and loose here. You have to change compounds. You have to change... I mean, unless something has changed, right? But from my understanding, you have to change compounds during the race. So if they don't change compounds, Max wins the race. So I do not understand why they haven't pitted yet. It's wild. Let's just make sure. I'm checking the rules here because, yes, dry Formula 1 drivers must use at least 2 different compounds on dry or slick tires. Yes, so I am correct. I'm not going crazy. They have to pit, which means Max will win the race. Okay, Max is catching at a ridiculous pace at the moment. He is third, 8 seconds behind Piastri and Norris. He was 13 seconds behind 4 laps ago. Piastri and Norris are holding on for dear life. They should have pitted ages ago. Instead, they waited for a safety car, which did not come. Carlos Sainz and Ollie Behrman just had a hiccup, but there was no safety car. They best pit, or they're going to get disqualified. This is wild. So I'm not quite sure what is gonna happen here. Drivers of the day is let's do a little vote here. Let's do a vote here. Vote driver of the day. Driver of the day for me. Who's it gonna be, guys? Who's it gonna be? Driver of the day. Vote now. I say it is gonna be. It is gonna be. Well, that's a hard one. It's a hard one. I'm gonna say Max. I don't. I gotta vote. I gotta vote for him. I gotta vote for him. Max Verstappen, driver of the day. He's driving like an absolute beast. Sorry to say, he's a freak. He's not even human. It's wild. Okay. This is so far. This is so far behind. It's actually insane. I don't know how to get it to catch up. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna we're just gonna talk. We're just gonna talk. Figure out how it goes. Okay. Lando Norris, what are you saying? Lando Norris on the radio. Leclerc, start finish now. Oscar, control the outlap. We are boxing the cars this way. This way round to ensure to you, clever Leclerc. You are free with Lando once he's ahead of the penalty. Confirming we're boxing this lap. Copy that. Okay, they are boxing the McLarens. They are boxing the McLarens. Looks like they are coming in. Yes. Piastri is coming in first. Is Max going to be ahead here? They're going on softs. Okay, Piastri is on softs. Verstappen has taken Piastri here. Which, I don't know how far ahead he's going to be. Also, those softs. Oh my god. Oh, this is going to be insane. So Max has taken Piastri. Piastri is pitted. But Max is now ahead. They have to pit Lando right after this, right? Which means Max will take position. Oscar on softs. He's going to be pushing as hard as he can. He's going to be pushing as he is 17 seconds behind Max after that pit stop. Max is 8 seconds behind Norris, but Norris is coming into the pits this lap. He has to be. He has to be coming into these pits. But I guarantee you, Piastri is going to be driving the pants off that car. Okay, they are boxing Lando Norris. They are boxing Lando Norris. Verstappen in second place currently. Piastri third. Norris is coming into pits. After 46 laps on these medium tires, holy crap, they are pitting him. We should have an interesting finish here. Okay, we've got 7 laps left. Verstappen in second place. Okay, Norris coming into the pits. What is going to happen here? Max should, in theory, come out ahead of Norris. Norris still in the pits. Verstappen coming down the main straight. Is he going to do it? Looks like Max goes ahead. Max goes ahead. Max goes ahead. Holy crap. Here we go. We have a race, ladies and gentlemen. Both McLarens are on softs. Verstappen is on hards. This is it to the end of the race. The McLarens are going to be pushing. Oh, Piastri just overtook Lando Norris. Oh, no. What an upset for the McLarens. Lando's going to be pissed. Oh, Piastri is taking the drivers. I feel sorry for Lando, man. Oh, my God. It's wild. Oh, it looks like some insane strategy. I don't understand why the McLarens held on to those pits for so long. It just seems like a really bad strategy move. You're already winning the drivers. You're already winning constructors. Now it's time to think about how good your strategy is, right? It's just a bad strategy call. It was too delayed. It just wasn't good thinking from the pit wall. Why keep your drivers off track when you know you have to pit? You could have pitted 15 laps ago and probably overtaken Max by now. Now you're 17 seconds behind Max Verstappen, who's not going to go slowly. Let's be very clear. Max is going to win this race. I mean, we got 5 seconds left. Piastri is 18 seconds behind Verstappen. There's no way in hell they are going to put in 5 seconds a lap. Okay? There's no ways. Max got this. That was a shit call on McLaren strategy wall. And also Piastri being in front of Norris. Max, you've done all the hard work, so let's just finish this at home. No risk. And Max, no risk, full push. Max, I love it. You remember that race when Max was like, Max, you don't need to push anymore. You're 12 seconds ahead. Just take it easy. He's like, what's the fastest lap? Max, you don't need the fastest lap. But what's the fastest lap? 1.2. Brewery puts in fastest lap like before the end of the race. Oh no. I think that's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Some great strategy calls there by the Red Bull pit wall and insane driving by Max Verstappen. Just so well managed. I think they were all working in sync there to put them on pole today. It just shows that Red Bull still has great strategists. They still have the best driver on the grid, even though the car isn't as fast as it should be. Now, I will argue that Oscar Piastri is the best driver on grid, but he does have the fastest car. Max doesn't have the fastest car. Oh, they let Lando Norris past Oscar Piastri. What is happening at the McLaren pit wall? What is going on now? They switched positions. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri have switched positions. Is the what just happened? What just happened? Lando suggests strap 13, 14. I don't see anything from the pit wall, from the McLaren pit wall. What? DRS out, turn 7, was 20 meters late. Okay. Wow. So they're obviously clearly pushing for this race, because why let Lando through? Thanks, Oscar. You're free to race. Clinical, clear ahead. Okay, so now they're telling the McLarens to race. So they gave the position back to Oscar, to Lando, and now they're telling Piastri to race Lando. Huh? 3 laps left? So they're obviously giving Lando a bit of a hit up here, because he took last week he got a DNF. So maybe this is a bit of a nod from the team to say, okay, we screwed up last week. He has a bit of an up boost, right? But Oscar not going to give this up. If Oscar overtakes Lando, I'm going to laugh, bro. But Max has won. What an incredible drive from Max Verstappen. Just absolute team strategy, absolute team synergy. It's a reason why that guy's the best in the world. You know, driving an underperforming car at the top level and still beating McLarens. It's just proof as to why Max is the best driver on the grid, aside from Oscar, but it's close. It's very, very close. Now, the Oscar and Lando battle. Oscar is in DRS range. We have 3 laps left. I don't quite know I feel like this is 2016 Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton situation. Okay? Like, it's all good and well now, but I feel like there could be problems coming down the line between those two drivers at McLaren. I'm just saying. Norris and Piastri have swapped places. Just because he had a slow stop. It's not your business, but I guess to keep it fair between drivers in their teams of championships, you focus on the road here. You see, I was right. Yeah, they're trying to give Lando a bit of an edge since the DNF last week. That's balls, bro. It's balls. Come on, Oscar. Take Lando. Let's go. What a drive. Oscar Piastri, strat 4. 2 laps to go, and you're braking a bit late, turn 6 and 7s. All right, well, I don't think we're going to see much action here. Oh, yes, Oscar. Wild on the curbs there, my bro. Fucking hell. Piastri is charging up for an overtake. Maybe we'll see some last-ditch action here between Lando and Oscar. I don't think so, though. We have got 2 laps left in this Italian Grand Prix for the 2025 Italian Grand Prix. It's been an interesting race. Obviously, the mid has been a bit boring, as usual, because it's just hopefully next year that changes. But we had some interesting strategies there. We had some an interesting look at why Red Bull is Red Bull. Because they really are. They see things that most teams don't see. And it's they're really a cut above the rest. And Max is just inhuman. He's doing things that he shouldn't be doing. Right? It's really a pleasure to be able to watch Formula One and watch someone like Max Verstappen. I can feel it must be how the people who support Lewis Hamilton felt when he was winning. Although Lewis only drove a fast car when he won. Yeah. So, and that's the way it is. Lap 52, Max Verstappen 20 seconds ahead of the McLarens. Oscar and Lando in second and third place. Oscar is chasing Lando, but I don't think anything's going to happen there. I don't think Lando is going to let that gap go. Which is nice from the team, I guess. I mean, Oscar's ahead, so he's like, well, why do I care if Lando goes? But I think that's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. That's the way the cookie crumbles, eh? Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. If you did make it this far, please like, comment, and subscribe. It'd be really, really awesome. This is my only source of income. I need your help, please. It would be awesome. But that is the Italian Grand Prix 2025, ladies and gentlemen. Max Verstappen just put in the fastest lap of the race. Unreal. He's about to come over the line to win the GP. And that is it. Oscar is not going to take Lando. Another super win by the Supermax. After Maxi. Yeah, let's see them come over the line. So, yeah, wow, okay. This message from Oscar. Okay, I think that's a checkered flag. Oscar, I appreciate that. It was pretty painful, but you've done the right thing. We'll talk about it after the race. Oh my goodness. Max Verstappen comes over the line to win the Italian Grand Prix 2025. Well done, boyke. Yeah, bo. That's a hell of a drive, boy. You kicked ass, my friend. Lando Norris coming over the line in second place. Super drive from him as well. McLaren's on form as they have been all half season long. Norris over the line to take second, Piastri in third. And that is the race, ladies and gentlemen. Leclerc in fourth, Russell in fifth, Hamilton sixth, Alex Albon in seventh, Bortoletto in ninth, and Hadjar has come in at 10th place. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I really, really appreciate it. That is it for the Italian Grand Prix. I promise you, next race, I will fix up the multi-streamer and make sure we are all caught up. Okay. Thank you so much, ladies and gents. I will see you on the next one. Peace.